Hell yeah! Here we are, alive ho. Thursday night, or as I like to call it, almost Friday, which means it's practically the weekend. Pow! Gonna have a party on. Hello, Miguelich, in early. Nice to see you. Yes, it's oof, what a world we live in. What a world. Things keep happening, don't they? Things keep happening at an alarming rate, quite honestly. Earth Grey came in as the one changed to my face. Nice timing. And hello, Nobody and Justin. Cheerio, all of you. So, I was hoping to have a new white rum tonight. Then I was going to test a bunch of my white cane spirits and see which I preferred. But it didn't arrive, so maybe tomorrow. Justin, you've just been watching Code Grey. Well, I think Code Grey is a classic example of too much information, basically. It's there's a lot of stuff going on in Code Grey. Jam-packed with information. And if you like that, you should watch all the other videos on that channel. A lot of behind the scenes and rehearsals and interviews talking about it. Some very interesting insights in the whole thing. So, yes, but it certainly tells you a lot about AIDSy. So, oh Christ, Justin, you don't fully recover from anything like that. He didn't die. He had something that's got an over 95% fatality rate, and he didn't die. Hey, K-Lab on Facebook. Thanks, mate. Oh, Big Bad, as you're saying, the LNP in New South Wales would treat Western Sydney like Israel treats Palestine if they could. No, you've got that slightly wrong. Southwest Sydney. Western Sydney, both Labor and the LNP are slavishly trying to pander to the lowest common denominator in Western Sydney. It's why the major parties' policies are so fucking racist, because their market research tells them, rightly or wrongly, again, this is not my judgment of the people of Western Sydney. This is what the major political parties' focus groups tell them, that Western Sydney is full of fucking racists. And so they need to have policies geared towards racists to pick up those seats in Western Sydney. That's what they think, anyway. Justin, it's all just normal in Canberra? Well, good for you, man. Good for you. I actually went into the city today because I had to go to a dentist appointment. Well, sort of gum specialist within the dentist, who did that jabbing thing they did, then said, your gums are bleeding a lot. And I went, you just fucking stabbed me a couple dozen times. Look, I've got a knife. Let me stab you a couple dozen times, and we'll talk about what's wrong with your body, because it bleeds a lot where I poke you with the sharp thing, which is, of course, just a silly joke. It's good. Nettie, you like this? My cat shirt? This, man, these websites, and it's a bunch of different websites, but I'm sure the stuff's all coming from the same warehouse in China. There's, oh my God, there is so many cat shirts, and particularly these black cats, these stylized black cats living their lives. This is like black cats living in like a 1960s bachelor pad. Nettie, some of them do have dresses, actually. I only look at the shirts, but I have seen some of them do have the designs on dresses. So Earthcrow, a statistic, survive something, few percent survive. Only survive because you opted to move as little as needed. AZ survived by pure dumb luck. I mean, he was in an induced coma for 2 weeks, and he did actually die twice. He just came back. So that's not something you recover from. That's something you survive. That gave him, he already had a bunch of long-term chronic health problems before that. That gave him a whole bunch of new long-term chronic health problems that have been getting slowly but progressively worse. Sydney Earthcrow, northwestern, arcing across to South Sydney, Shire's Bible Belt, populated by a lot of non-white migrants from very conservative countries. Possibly. I'm not that good with my Sydney demographics. Then you want this in a dress in this style. I have to admit, that's something I didn't look for. Look, I'll just open Facebook and I'll get one of these fucking ads because I keep clicking on them because I'm fascinated by the designs. And all right, here's one straight away. Now, I just look at the shirts, but what do we got? I think this is all just... All right, yeah, no. I think this particular one is just men. So that's not it. I need one of the other ones because the other ones have... and when I looked at... Here we go, women. Wow, okay. A lot of bikinis. Yoga pants. Dresses. Trending. Cottagecore. There you go. No, this is the wrong site. This site doesn't have these designs on the dresses. They just have very typical looking... Oh, well. If I find them, I'll send you a link, Eddie. Going on another Netflix thing. Nice. Okay, enjoy that. Justin. Yes, you raise an interesting point about... we are probably on the cusp of a lot of low-cost manufacturing being moved from China to Africa. And hello, Lorianda, and hello, Toby on Facebook. Well, look, apropos of nothing, I got some mail. It's actually been sitting there for a couple of weeks, but this is the first time I went into the city and remembered to take my key. So I wiped hand sanitizer all over it. Will this be a letter or will this be weird random things? Because this sender does both. And in answer to your unasked question, yes, I do know who it is. Because they have previously sent me stuff that has their name on it. It's weird random stuff. But I'm always fascinated. I'm going to spend $1.10. What's that? Okay. Shoalhaven Library brochure. Very handy if you ever go to Shoalhaven. A religious tract. I was going to say this is blank, but no, it's not. Not Shoalhaven Library again. What was on this? Some hair, that used to have hair elastics on it. And there's a bunch of little cards. What are these? More religious tracts, just little cards. Right. Well, they spent $1.10 to send me random weird shit. Good for them. Justin, I do not know the person personally. It's someone who's regularly in the chat. And I'm not outing them. They can if they want. But it's fine. And Rabbit Man Greg, hello. Good evening. So, yes, that's just one of those things. Fascinating world. Well, I guess that can go in recycling because that was all paper and cardboard. The recycling thing here. All right. And hello, Safa. I am well, Loriander. How are you doing today? Hope you're doing well. I think maybe make a drink with one of these. What do I still have? The verbena, finger lime, lemon myrtle, which is like limoncello on steroids. Riberry, clove lily pilly, which is a very subtle purple. Citrea, which is actually limoncello, which is a bit sweeter than the verbena one. Toby, maybe I still have the VD. Incidentally, on my Facebook memories, I just got that was 4 years ago. I had I put a video up 4 years ago reading the hate mail from Video Dude. Just past midnight for you, Loriander. Nice, and you're on an off week, but you got to work next Monday. Oh well, I hope you're having a relaxing time. I haven't taken any significant time off since December, January. I took, was it 2 weeks? 2 weeks? 3 weeks? I don't know. I took 2 or 3 weeks off. Didn't do anything much. Chilled out. Did I say midnight? It's midday, you said. Here you go. So for country footy's back, but you can't visit home for 2 weeks. Yeah, it's a bit rough. Big Ben has built a wall around New South Wales. I worry like their bad numbers today. What was it, like 240 new cases? Made me just go and look up history. What was the highest number of cases we got in Melbourne in that rather devastating second wave? And it was about 750. So they've got a ways to go. But the thing is, under the current setup, I don't think it's going to get any better. I just think it's going to get slowly worse, in fact. And I think they could easily end up. So I've still got my rum char, spiced rum. Acacia, I finished. And I've still got the Kakadu plum liqueur. Yes, Suffer, it would be good if we, if the lockdown was all of Sydney, not just the migrant communities in southwestern Sydney. The inconsistency is very strange. Very, very strange. So, yes, and the whole sending the army thing in is dodgy as fuck. So, yeah. I'm sorry, I'm just looking for something while we talk. And I'm not finding it. No, I looked at that page. I didn't want those. Maybe this one. I tell you what, these sites keep tempting me with the cocktail theme shirts as well. Some really nice designs with cocktail motifs. But I decided I'm not going to do it unless it gets cheaper. Lorianne, did you have a Discord to post pictures of cocktails we make? I don't. But if you want to have fun sharing pictures of cocktails, if you're not already in it, you should join Steve the Bartender's Facebook group. That's quite fun. Should you think you'll put New South Wales under a dome like the Simpsons movie? Yeah. Uh, it's a thought. Speaking of cocktails, I was thinking of making one. Do I want to do a test run? I haven't sort of 1,000% decided what I'm going to do for my videos next week. Kind of, sort of, mostly decided. What's the cocktail of the day on Diffords? It's the day Van Gogh died. So they're doing a starry night. It's also the anniversary of the Khan jewel heist. And it's NASA's birthday. What's actually in a starry night cocktail? Chardonnay, Pois, William, Eau de Vie, Maraschino. Okay, well, that sounds shit. And I don't have those ingredients, so much for that. No, that's not what I thought. Cocktail by ingredient. Because then they have their 20 best Aperol, 20 best bitters, 20 best blue curacao, 20 best bourbon. Fuck off, man. Honestly. Whoever designed this website needs to kick up the clacker. They have this thing that's supposed to stop you from just copying something from the site. So occasionally I do it just to fuck with them. Because there's always a way around it. Like if you do right click to, or try to copy paste something from it, it pops up this thing to stop you. But it doesn't stop you. There's always to do it. So what do they say for bourbon? Bender's Old Fashioned, Boulevardier, Brown Derby, Enrico Palazzo, Haberdasher, which I think I made recently, a Haystack, Bourbon Suze Apricot, Highfalutin, Bourbon and Swedish Punch, and Beer aromatized. Well, I don't have either of those. Kentucky Buck is with ginger beer. Midnight Stinger, Bourbon, Fernet Branca, lemon juice. So that's a sour with Fernet Branca. Fernet Branca is a Amaro that has this really menthol cough lolly sort of thing going on. So it's during Melbourne's last big wave, Gladys scoffed at the idea of diverting extra vaccines from New South Wales. Yes. And now they're asking the same. I mean, but no state has spare fucking vaccines. It's such a stupid fucking thing. Loriander, how much Fernet is? Okay, I'll tell you the exact recipe for Midnight Stinger. It says to do fucking ounce. Okay, so it's an ounce of whiskey, an ounce of Fernet, 3/4 of an ounce of lemon juice, and like about 1/3 of an ounce of sugar syrup. They say rich sugar syrup. But Jesus, equal parts bourbon and Fernet. Man, that's going to be intense. That is going to be intense. Abigail, you 3D printed a plastic hammer that has pseudo on the side for when everything is a nail but needs a bash command to be whacked. That is so nerdy. That is so nerdy. I love it. Earthquake cocktail theme, bitter tears of failure. You do that, something bitter with some saline in it. Yeah, God, I'm almost tempted to make this Midnight Stinger just for the challenge. Jesus, equal parts whiskey and Fernet. Fernet, you normally put a little bit in a cocktail to give it a bit of, a little bit of a kick. But equal parts, man, that's intense. Mint julep, New York sour, old fashioned, paper plain, perfect summit Manhattan. Just that's very fussy. Instead of just bourbon and sweet vermouth, it's bourbon, dry vermouth, muscat wine, orange curacao. Sazerac, love a Sazerac. which is really just an old-fashioned with an absinthe rinse. Sunset Strip, bourbon Aperol and pink grapefruit, a little bit bitter. Viel Place, bourbon, cognac, Suze, that's very fussy. Let me see. What are the things? 20, again, the Difford site does some really annoying measurements. Like, I suspect he's a wanker. 25 mils of whiskey. How does he describe that in ounces? 5/6 of an ounce of whiskey, the same amount of cognac, 20 mils of Argentine liqueur, 15 mils dry vermouth, 5 mils amaretto. I don't think you're going to taste 5 mils of amaretto in that. 10 mils sugar syrup, 1 dash of Peychaud's and 1 dash of Angostura. You know what? I'm tempted to make that because I could just build it in the glass. Lorianda, might as well go to an SM party, get less smacked around. Yes, for the Lorianda is quite well versed in cocktail ingredients. Like I said, for those who don't know, that Fernet Branca is pretty savage. So a whole ounce of it, 30 mils, equal parts with the whiskey, is pretty intense. I don't have Manzanilla Shelly. I have, because I hardly ever use sherry, so I just got one sherry, which I've had for ages. I should just finish and get rid of. I got Fino sherry, because Fino kept coming up in the recipes that I wanted. But I hardly ever use sherry, so... and I certainly don't just drink sherry. That's the Viel Place. We'll make that just for fun, and probably not fuck around trying to do 25 mils. Just do 30. Malort. That is apparently a very local liqueur or spirit, very unique to a particular part of the US. I forget where. Don't know if it's Chicago or someone else, but it's apparently really intense. Lots of people very actively dislike it, but the locals in the state where it's made, it is Chicago. Thanks, Lorianda. The locals where it's made swear by it and think it's great, but it's apparently Malort is a little difficult to love because it's very intense. It's never going to make it to Australia, so I'll probably never taste Malort. But I see people talking about it online all the time, and it's apparently really intense. I'm going to make this Vieux Place. So whiskey, cognac, gentian, dry vermouth, Disaronno, sugar syrup. And bitters. 2 types of bitters. I'm just going to build it in the glass. Fuck it. Right. A whiskey. That one. Ginger beer. I might open a new bottle of Nova. Because I finished a bottle, but then I found some on special. So I got some more. Little tip I threw out. I don't know if they're still doing it, but for a while, for a couple of weeks, some Coles bottle shops, wasn't an advertised special. It was just in some shops with a while stocks last sticker on it. It's $20 off. And because Australian single malt whiskies are quite expensive, very hard to get one for less than $100. So $20 off, nice deal. And that's a really nice whiskey. Yeah, Lorianda. We normally call it Angry Bunch when I open it up. Usually do it on Friday night. Sometimes other nights as well. Justin, speaking of the US, still got to do your US tax return. They owe you $600. I'm apparently getting a personal tax return. For those who don't know, because, okay, I'm a contractor, so I have my own company. I contract through my own company, and then I'm an employee of that company. So I go on a contract, and my company signs a contract with an employer, and they pay me, a daily rate, or they pay my company a daily rate, and out of that, I pay myself a salary, and I get to run a whole bunch of business expenses through the business, which is really fucking cool. Because I work in IT, all my technology. I tell you what, if I ever monetize my cocktail channel, you can bet I'll be asking my tax agent, hey, am I allowed to claim my booze as a tax deduction because I use it for my work? Because that'd be fun. But yes, so Australian companies, you've got to do a quarterly business activity statement, the BAS, where you pay quarterly tax installments on a lot of things. Then you've got to do an annual tax return. And then I have to do my personal return as a taxpayer. Found out I was really behind on the quarterly statements. I was behind 3 of them. So I finally got them done in the last week or so. I'm a tax agent and had to pay the tax department a lot of money. But I had actually kept that money in my bank account because I knew I had to pay them because I've made the mistake in the past of not keeping it and then being negotiating with the tax department about, well, I'm going to have to pay you off because I don't have any fucking money at the moment. But I had all the money, so I had to pay the tax department about $50,000. But on the plus side, I should have paid a lot of that like 6 months ago, and I just hung on to it for all that time. Loranda, for the next one, you move your setup into your living room, so you have a bar near you. Nice. Ooh, make cocktails, definitely. It depends. Which ones do you like? These are when you're in the mood for, or we could find one and make it together. Just in the USA, they base you taxed on citizenship, not residency, which is fucked up. But because you have the different taxes in the US, state taxes and federal taxes. And I know in some states, you can be taxed at that state rate just by saying you want to live in that state. And it's very weird. And hello, Raiders. I like this metal. It's like really thick foil that's on the top of the thing. All right. So I might make this very Australian, though. If I put that into, I wonder what that means. It's obviously French, and my French knowledge is extremely poor. Into English, thank you. Oh, it's the old square. Nice. Vieux Place is the old square. Nice. Yeah, you're going to keep the phonet out of... Oh, yes. Loriander, absolutely. I definitely want to see your ingredients. We'll make a call from there, definitely. So Justin, US federal tax is citizenship-based, and the only way to get out of it is pay $3,000 to renounce. Yeah, that's how Paul Hogan got in trouble, eventually had like a massive tax bill because he made, tens of millions of dollars from Crocodile Dundee. And apparently when he was getting tax inquiries from the US, he kept saying, I'm an Australian, I pay all my tax in Australia. And when he got inquiries from the Australian tax office, he's going, I pay all the tax in America. And he apparently was telling both of them for the best part of 10 years. So when they eventually caught him with back tax and fines, I think it cost him tens of millions of dollars. But Raiders, was that what contributed the max exodus from LA to Texas, etc.? Probably, very probably. A lot of people go to all sorts of lengths to dodge taxes. Yes, all right. So I'm gonna. This won't be via place because I'm not going to use French ingredients. I'm going to use Australian ingredients. So it'll be the old square. All right. So I need brandy, Oka Gold. Vermouth. I've got an Australian dry vermouth here. A little bit of that left. And instead of Disaronno, I'm going to use my macadamia liqueur, which is here. Maybe I'll make it. Okay, if I like this, I might make this for my cocktail channel because I don't really have anything specific. Oh, and the bitters. Angostura. And Peychaud's. Dash of each. All right. Oh, and I need my jigger. Right. Here we are. Here we go. So, okay. Whiskey. Satisfying noise. Love that sound as it gurgles in the neck of a a full bottle. Right, whiskey. Same amount of brandy. Brandy can be a very brune drink. A little bit less of the gentian. The herbal liqueur. Right, a little bit less of that. And just 5 mils of the nut liqueur, which is a very difficult amount to measure. Actually, I could just use a bar spoon because that's about 5 mils. That's probably about 5 mils. Good enough for me anyway. Oh, and the vermouth. Half an ounce of vermouth. Alrighty. Oops. So a little bit above that. I don't care. I don't care. Oh, some sugar syrup. I don't have any. Oh, you know what I might do? They say rich sugar syrup. I might do, if I can find it. There it is. My agave nectar. Much 10 mils. I said rich sugar syrup, so agave is a rich syrup. Might even put a little bit less because it is a rich flavour. All right, and now a dash of each sort of bitters. Angostura and Peychaud's. All right, and that is the old square. And I'm going to do a Gaz Regan and just stir with my finger. Not even getting Gaz Regan's finger out, just going to do it with my own. All right. So just in your situation, you hold US citizenship by descent, never lived there, but they consider you a taxpayer. Yeah, I can see that being annoying. No, Loriander, we do not have that letter in the vocabulary. We just have the 26-letter alphabet. No special characters. So it's the old square. Very sexy amber color. Fuck yeah. Oh my God. Okay, I have developed... Loriander, thank you. I wondered why you brought that up, because they're trying to be trendy. That's just how they do their brand. Possibly Maybe they have someone Danish in the founders. I don't know. So either they did it purely for a design thing, or maybe there's someone Danish in the founders. It's a black and gold. Ochre gold, China, espresso, gross. Or a dingo. Gold, sweet vermouth, curacao. Poor. I might make that. That sounds pretty good. Nobody, in an unrelated topic, which I love, you should have prefaced by saying, speaking of Star Trek, priest in your church bought your t-shirt reads, I can only please one person at a day. Today's not your day. Tomorrow isn't looking good either. Brilliant. I love that sort of thing. There's one I remember. What was it from? It might have been Grumpy Andy Sipowicz in NYPD Blue. But it was definitely a cop. I think it might have been Andy Sipowicz. It was basically someone saying they didn't like what he was doing. And the response was, well, why don't you give me your business card? Because then I'll be able to call you the instant I give a fuck what you think. Which is, yeah, fun ways to tell people to fuck off and leave you alone. Was the one I saw circulated on Facebook? It's like a Worf and Captain Picard from Star Trek talking to someone, and I think it's Worf who said it, but it's this kind of thing either Worf or Picard could have said. It says it's something like, feel free to test that hypothesis at your convenience. And it's captioned, how to say fuck around and find out with a bit of class. Good question. Raiders, what I understand from what Justin was saying, he has to file a US tax return and possibly pay some tax. Yes, no, but I love that one. If I start to give a shit, you'll be the first one I give. I've actually got a version of that on a t-shirt. If I gave a shit, you'd be the first person I'd give it to. The angry t-shirts that I used to. Now I'm. How different. You could go back in time 10 years when I was collecting all the angry t-shirts and say, in 10 years, you'll stop wearing those and wear these wacky camp 50s, 60s retro Hawaiian style shirts. Things change. What can I say? What can I say? Yes. Oh, wait, I wonder if Google Translate will speak this to me. Where's my volume? Yeah. Why did... Okay, why did that not play? I don't have any earphones in. Fuck off, he doesn't know the Seppo's anything. Yeah, but he has US citizenship. As he said, to get out of it, he has to renounce US citizenship, which actually costs money to do. Which is a bit weird. I like this Viel place. It's so weird though. Why can't I hear this? Because it plays, but I can't hear it. Oh, fucking hell. The Yeti microphone took over my fucking sound. God damn it. That's it.
Vieille place.
Vieille place. I thought because there was an E on the end, it would be Vieille. I know nothing. So it's
Vieille place.
Vieille place. Lorian, do you think ochre could be an Icelandic word? Could be. So, Justin, you have to file, but you've avoided paying US taxes. Oh, yes. And see, that's, you're saying tax paid in Australia can be credited against US. That's what Paul Hogan did for the best part of a decade. Told the US he didn't have to pay tax there because he paid it in Australia. Told Australia he didn't have to pay tax there because he paid it in the US. And eventually they both found out he'd been telling each of them that, and boy, they went for him. Cost him a lot of money. Oh, nice. That's interesting, Lorianda. In Icelandic, oka means increase. Okay, well, that's friggin' awesome. I think that's probably not a coincidence. I think they probably did that on purpose. So it's from the Applewood Distillery, in the land we belong to, Gomacha. Next limited edition is coming. Sign up to be notified, plus $5 off your first order. I'm already signed up. 0608. Oh man, it's another week. Another limited edition gin. And Kirsten was saying there's half a dozen limited editions coming out of Archie before the end of the year. And there's a limited edition coming out from Starwood in a week or two. My God. Yes, Safa, that's probably it. Increase your drinking. Oh, God, that's a bit ugly, Earthcrow. Two former South Australian Labor MPs have banded together to revive the Family First Party and intend to run candidates in the next state election. Well, I don't know. South Australia is a famously progressive state. I don't know that's something that conservative is going to get anywhere. What do they have in the shop at the moment? The gin, the Unicocello, Mando, Native Trinity pack. Oh shit, that's on special. I don't need that much gin though. I really don't need that much gin. But shit, that's one of them almost free. Oh shit. Can I afford a bargain as good as that? Buy 2 bottles of gin, get 1 free. Good God. Oof, but oh gosh. See, I probably need Kirsten to talk me into it. Well, someone asked a question. Similar to Strega. FAQ. Do they answer the OCAR question? Oh, God. Temptation. Nice, Lorianda. Well, thank you for your insights. I think this. So OCAR is not a Danish word, but O is a Danish letter. Yeah. Chopper4 on Twitch. Hello. Justin, there's a question. Do you think you'd be a good supervisor for someone with autism? Me personally? Oh, God, dude, you asking me to take responsibility. I mean, yeah, because I have so many friends who are on the spectrum. But, oh my God, don't make me act like a responsible adult. Jesus. Jobber, nice to see you too. Okay. Loranda, do I have a donation page? Donate a bit towards the gins. I thank you for your kind offer, Lorianda. And that's a little yes, no thing. I would rather you use your money for something else. If you felt the urge to donate, I have a job. I get paid a lot, far more than I ever thought. Because I grew up, fucking white trash in a country town in Western New South Wales. No way I ever thought I'd get as much money as I do now as an IT contractor. So I feel very self-conscious at the idea of people getting me things. So I think, yes, you'd make me happy to either spend the money on yourself or a donation to a good cause. Yes, Lorianda, alcohol is fucking expensive in Australia, but particularly from the independent distillers, because it's very expensive to run their business. But the big name stuff is close to there's The big name stuff is close to twice as expensive in Australia as it is in the US. US is probably one of the cheapest places to buy alcohol. Australia is one of the more expensive. Yes, Abigail, that's an excellent donation. Donate time to help drink the booze. As soon as we're allowed to have visitors in the house again, which is probably, I don't know, a month or so away. Who knows? Oh, nice. Justin, so you're mildly autistic and your manager's husband is autistic, so that works well. Excellent. Well, that's good. Nobody got reminded of a joke. What's the difference between a wet dream and a Western dream? When you wake up from a Western dream, as in a cowboy dream, you're still shooting. Oh, Chopper Forex is from Kazakhstan, learning English. I appreciate you spending a bit of time with us, Chop. Maybe you'll pick up some vernacular. Daniel, Miss Wangafat. We've had this discussion on the stream a few times. Like, I stopped making the pre-recorded videos. I don't know, COVID put me in a different headspace. And in the intervening time, because I've been looking at different things job-wise, I've realized continuing to do those videos has virtually no upside for me, and potentially has a lot of downside. So I just decided to not do them anymore. Who knows? I might change my mind. Who actually knows? There are, Justin, Asian countries can be very expensive for booze. Yeah, see, I have not tried to buy booze in Asian countries, so I wouldn't know. Raiders, Pauline and Craig Kelly doing their best MTG and Matt Gates impressions. They're just awful. They're absolutely awful people. Everyone you mentioned there is awful people. So, yeah, the streaming has just been about having fun because COVID's been really tense and stressful and isolating. So we've just been trying to have hangouts and have fun. Chop thinks I look very original, like an actor from Proper the Movies. Well, I thank you. I'm just me, the saying goes. So, but yes, thank you for your kind words. Oh man, that's really good. Actually, that drink's really, I think I will make it for my cocktail channel. The Old Square. Oh yes, Safa, Google Hangouts. I tried to do those for a while, and they stopped. Because I think you could stream them to YouTube. But I don't know. So, do you reckon the beer in 7-Eleven in Hong Kong was surprisingly cheap? Man, beer in American 7-Elevens is so cheap. It's freaky. Lorraine, do you want to give me a trip to Denmark to relax and de-stress? In a future world where travel's happening, fuck, man, I'd be all over that. Definitely. Yeah, Daniel, I know. And I that was the feedback I got from lots of, and that was like a tagline I used for a while. I get angry so you don't have to. But yeah, that was, was it like 14 years I made those videos, and there's thousands of them. And I've thought of heaps of great video ideas in the meantime and haven't made them. And because my ideas tend to be topical, so if I don't make them, then it's... Loriander, I think there's really strict controls on leaving the country. There's certainly extremely strict controls about getting back into the country if you leave. So yeah. There we go. You printed a 3D printed a sign, goes on the back of the toilet door, features a person sitting on the toilet and the caption, "Everyone is a 3D printer." Nice. Oh, that's an interesting one, Raiders. Emily Angwin, who used to work Channel 7, now based in Qatar, went through the process of getting an alcohol permit to be able to purchase any booze. Ooh, that'd be interesting. So, Justin, what video of mine has the most views? I'm not sure. Yeah, Loriander, the restrictions are even if you're vaccinated. That may change towards the end of this year, but basically the federal government has completely screwed up their management. The federal government was responsible for two things: border control and vaccine rollout, and they completely fucked both of them. So yeah. So travel is still extremely difficult in Australia. You need special permission to leave the country, and it's a real fucking palaver to get back into the country. Speaking of fully vaccinated, a week from Tuesday, so I'm just under 2 weeks away from getting my second AstraZeneca. Then I'll be vaccinated. Then apparently, after a couple of weeks, it's at full potency, and it's like, hurrah, fully vaccinated. Yay. Yes, Safa, Scotty from marketing. His attempts at marketing are starting to fall really flat. And I think it's sinking into him how much the Australian public fucking hates him. Yeah, it's a bit of thing. That's the summary, Justin. You can leave, but you can't come back. And Safa, your second vaccination's on Census Day. Nice. Yeah. Don't think if they're still having, I was thinking I'd go into the office when I'm getting my vaccination, because I purposely booked into a vaccination center that was quite near to where I work. But if they're still doing the you need to wear a mask in the office rule, I probably won't. But it might have changed by then. Who knows? Nice tip, Safa. The Australian census is on the 10th of August. Oh, wow. Great. As you know, someone leaving Perth for Croatia under the guise of work. Yeah. Then they're meant to be in hotel quarantine at their own expense for 2 weeks when they come back. Yes. Good call, Justin. Mark. No religion on the census. Make us an atheist country. Although there was some weird note where they virtually said atheism was other under religion, which is very weird. Yes, Safa. Apparently, you can fill in the census online now, but that means you have to predict who will be in your house on the 10th of August. But the census is always very imprecise. So, okay, that was a fucking winner, that drink. Daniel, feel for New South Wales and Victoria. You live in Queensland, a little out of Brisbane, catchment, lucky enough not to be affected. Yeah, we're getting restrictions eased in Victoria. It seems to be under control. I am very worried about New South Wales. I fear it's going to get much worse. I fear it's going to end up looking like our second wave, which is not great. Says that Ray is a pro Formula One photographer. Brought his wife to Croatia. Possible to get out of the country if you know the loopholes. Yeah, I know. Some people have been going back and forth, doing it multiple times. Lorraine, 71% of the Danish population's first vaccine, 53 has their second. We're on about 15% of the population has their second vaccination. It's that bad. We've got basically 15% of the population fully vaccinated. It's a shit show. It'll be a bit different in a couple of months. I reckon it might take until the end of the year to get 50% of the population vaccinated, and that's shit. You can't open up with 50% of the population vaccinated. You'll have a massive outbreak. Oh, excuse me. Man, that was really dangerous to go to the Applewood site and finding out they're virtually doing a buy two, get one free of their gins. Yikes. Super tempting. super tempting. I'll click away from it for now. I'll click away from it for now to try and stay strong. Nice. Vaccinating over 100,000 people a day in a country of 5.8 million. Now, we might have that many people getting vaccinated today. I'm not sure. Yes, I like that, Raiders. Scummo getting grilled on 3AW, not the usual MO. But it's just running out. He's fucked it up so badly. His fuck up is costing so much now. Oh, Justin, you were in the first 5%. Nice. And Bobo, good evening to you. Daniel, your wife's in health care, still unable to get vaccination. Not available in Queensland. My partner, Mrs. Angry, is in healthcare. She's fully vaccinated. She did actually get Pfizer, which meant she got fully vaccinated more quickly. I got AstraZeneca, which meant I'm waiting the full 12 weeks. So if I was in Sydney, I would have got my second jab weeks ago. But I'm not, and my chances of contracting COVID at the moment are about 1 in a million. So I feel pretty safe waiting to get my second one. But it's funny, the odds are about 1 in a million now. But as soon as there's an outbreak, the odds go down really quickly. Like at the moment in Sydney, I reckon your odds of contracting COVID are about 1 in 10,000. That be right? 250. Yeah, I reckon your odds of contracting COVID in Sydney at the moment are about 1 in 10,000, and those odds shrink every day. Whereas in Melbourne, it's stable. The odds here are at about 1 in a million, and that's stable at the moment, but it can change very quickly. Abigail had your second job a month ago. Nice. So, Lorenda, your government didn't trust AstraZeneca and Johnson & Johnson. Okay. Oh, yeah. Our Moderna still hasn't been approved in Australia, Lorianda. Might by the end of the year, which would then probably make, because also if Moderna gets approved, it can be manufactured in Australia. So it will probably be a major part of our booster program next year. And nobody departing for a little bit. Well, we'll see you when you see you, man. Look, Safa, anything could happen between now and the next election. If an election were held tomorrow, I think the LNP would be in serious trouble because a lot of antipathy towards Scummo for fucking around. Lorraine, you got 1 million doses of Johnson & Johnson just laying around. Oh, man, just send it to one of the countries that can't afford it. I think that's happening with Australia. We're sending a massive amount of AstraZeneca doses to some neighbouring countries that aren't as wealthy. That's interesting. Is that right, Justin? Johnson & Johnson approved in Australia but not being used. Yeah, the only ones we have at the moment are Pfizer. As far as I know, the only ones we have are Pfizer and AstraZeneca. But the next one approved for the next one in use after being approved is likely to be Moderna. We shall see. Yes, Safa, Fiji's not doing well. PNG's not doing. A lot of our Pacific neighbours are having very big problems. Our rather populous neighbour to the north, Indonesia, is having very big problems. So a lot of our Pacific neighbours are having very big problems. Oh, nice, Raiders. 20k vaccines in Victoria yesterday. 1.5 million total shots. Yeah. Last I saw, we were about 15% fully vaccinated. Creeping up to, well, actually, let's look it up. Australian vaccination rate. I must have already looked it up because it's auto completed. Hola. Latest news. Is it true? Up to 12 million doses have been given out. 500,000 in aged care. 6 million. No, that's government bullshit. Map of vaccinations. Saying Australia has, 11.5 million doses, 3.5 million fully vaccinated, which is 14% of the population. That might change in a couple of weeks. Might be better in a couple of weeks. Loranda, your country tests most per capita in the world. Nice. Well, the one thing they're doing right in Sydney is huge scale testing, like more than 100,000 tests in a day. That's one thing they're doing right. So, yeah. Yeah, but you got to give credit where credit's due. The people in New South Wales, Sydney in particular, are turning out in huge numbers to get tested. 9 o'clock. Will I be good? It's Thursday. I've got a single half-hour meeting at work tomorrow. Because I'm just kind of tempted to have one more drink. Not that Fernet one. Jesus. Raiders, yes, the total number of COVID tests done is almost equal to the Australian population. Of course, a very large number of people got multiple tests. I think in our house, Mrs. Angry's had a test at least once, possibly twice because she's in healthcare. And young Ms. Angry has had one test because she woke up with the sniffles and it didn't go away. So I thought, okay, should get a COVID test. Everyone tested negative. Abigail. Not only, as I said before, not only would I be getting tested if I was in Sydney, I would have had my second AstraZeneca a couple of weeks ago. So yeah, but I'm lucky. Timing is such that, like I said, the odds of me contracting COVID at the moment are about 1 in a million in Melbourne. Again, this is my very unscientific. It's basically about how many cases are happening and what's the population here. So I'm going with it's about 1 in a million chance in Melbourne and about a 1 in 10,000. Actually, it's probably more likely than that. But let's say 1 in 10,000 in Sydney, and it's getting more likely every day. I think soon your chances of contracting COVID in Sydney will be about 1 in 1,000, and that's a really high likelihood. It sounds like a low number, 1 in 1,000, but it's actually a really high number. So Denmark's done 75.5 million tests for a 13 million population. Is that right? I think your maths is a little bit out there, Loriander. That would average 6 tests. That would actually average 6 tests per citizen. 13 million population, 75 million tests would be an average of 6 tests. I mean, Raiders, I know there was a lot of talk about people leaving Melbourne somewhere else because they didn't like the lockdowns. Personally, I hope everyone who said it did, because fuck them. Suffers human Melbourne poorish. Raider says yes. That Loriander, that's a stunning number of tests. You're absolutely right. It's not 13 million citizens. What did you say it was? Oh, sorry. I misread your comment. 13 million per citizen. Wow. Nice. Okay. So an average of 13 tests per citizen. That's stunning work. That is great. Yes, Safa, there was lots of COVID in Melbourne's northwest, but what we found out relatively quickly, trying to limit your restrictions to some suburbs doesn't work. Sydney is still doing that. It's not going to work. And of course, it just wreaked havoc in aged care, which was a bit tragic. Of the 800 people who died in the second wave, the vast majority were in aged care. Oh, Raiders is Hume Brody and stuff. Okay, yeah. No, Hume that's going to be a mix, but very multi-ethnic and some comparatively poor citizens, certainly. Safa, I don't think all of Sydney's 5 kilometres. I think they said it was the southwestern suburbs, unless they've changed it again. And what we found in Melbourne is limiting restrictions to some suburbs doesn't work. Oh, God. And yeah, just the thing of calling in the army. That's fucked. The ABC says Morrison already in trouble with voters, but his biggest COVID challenge yet to come. Pollsters and political strategists at Redbridge run focus groups say, voters brought up his holiday to Hawaii during the bushfires. Empathy doesn't feel like his strong suit. People are more forgiving of Gladys Berejiklian, less of Scummo. They're blaming Scummo. Rightly, but Jesus. Oh, Safa, there's no question all of Sydney should be a lockdown comparable to Melbourne's nasty lockdown. Virtually all the shops should be shut. It should just be like supermarkets, takeaway food, bottle shops, and chemists. It's always funny because, the bottle shops are... No, because it's... if you suddenly cut off people's access to alcohol, first, the voters will revolt. Second, like for alcoholics, that's a health issue. If you suddenly cut off alcohol to people who are consuming too much alcohol, it will kill them. So there are a number of reasons to allow alcohol sales to continue, even though it sounds dodgy as hell. There are reasons. There are absolute reasons to do that. So, those should be the only things open in Sydney, but there's still Officeworks and Bunnings and shit open in Sydney. It's encouraging people to go out. It's fucking stupid. But I have no idea if they're going to learn the lesson. I just worry that it's going to get really bad in Sydney. All right, I'm going to put these things back. So no, oh man, I am kind of tempted to have another drink, but maybe not. So if you're saying in South Africa, alcohol was banned in multiple lockdowns, it's a big mistake. Caused massive societal unrest. All right, I'm just going to put these back. Good. Oh. This one here. Shazam, y'all. It's this song that keeps popping into my head. It's some weird 70s novelty song called Captain Marvel Jones. He's the Southern Superman. Yeah. Watching all them bad guys 24 hours a day. Ought to hear them scream and holler when they hear him say, Shazam, y'all. Captain Marvel Jones. Lorianda, I made that one drink, and I've got a bottle in there that's pre-made cocktails, and I did have one of them, so I've had 2 drinks. Kirsten, hello. Oh my God! See, now you're here to lead me astray, Kirsten, because I made a drink that had Ocar Gold in it. Lorianda, who's in Denmark, said, "Why have you got the O with the line through it? Is that in Australian language?" And said, "No, so I don't know if it's a design thing." And Lorianda worked out Ocar is actually an Icelandic word. Anyway, that then got me to go onto the Applewood site to see if they explained why they call their brand Ocar with a line through the O. And I saw their 3-packs. They've marked down the 3-packs of their gins to where it's very close to buy 2, get 1 free. So not quite, but it's very close to, if you buy a 3-pack, it's very close to 3 for the price of 2, which has, of course, made me extraordinarily tempted to get their Bush Foods one. Lemon aspen and what are the other ones? Very tempting. Look, there's a fridge ninja. That's right. Thank you, Lorianda. Ocar means increase in Icelandic. Yes, see, Kirsten? So it's both the 3-packs. It's the base one, which is the Applewood, the Navy Strength, and the Coral for $199 as opposed to $90 per bottle. And the Bush one, they're not even publicizing that because I'm on their mailing list. And I didn't know that. I was literally just randomly on the site. And the 3-packs, the Native Trinity pack as well. Wait, I'm just looking at that. Yes, the Native Trinity pack was full on $270 and now it's $199. Fuck me. I virtually have to get that, don't I? So, no, not that one. What am I doing? Oh my God. I've forgotten how to navigate websites. Yep. So that's the lemon aspen, Kakadu plum, and bush apple gins. I just realized how much of a discount that was. That is very close to buy 2, get 1 free. I don't even have space for that many bottles over there. That's not like that's going to stop me. It's just going to prompt me to empty one of the bottles of gin. Or maybe if I've got a few with a little bit in them, do an infinity gin bottle. I've already started an infinity whiskey bottle, which is quite nice. What's your view on that, Kirsten? An infinity gin bottle. Good idea or bad idea? Or an infinity freezer martini. Oh, yes. That's how to clear some space. Because I've got a few gins that there's not that much left in the bottle. And I could do a blended martini. Oh, an infinity freezer martini. I think I'm going to do that. I mean, yes. And also, apparently, I'm gonna wait. I hope it's not a limited time, because also Applewood suggested they're releasing another limited edition in a week. So yes, so an infinity freezer martini. If I need to free up some space on my drink carts, I'll just empty some of the gins into one bottle and add some vermouth. Infinity freezer martini. I mean, that actually sounds like a fucking plan. Oof. Okay. I'm doing it. I'm fucking doing it. All I was thinking of was saving the buying from Applewood until I find out what their limited edition was, just in case I wanted to get that too. Hello, I'm Myrtle the Gin Bot. Need help with anything? Okay. I'm going to chat. Going to respond by email. No, thanks, Myrtle. Not doing that. All right. Hey, Fishfield Payne, what have you missed? At the moment, me wanting to buy more alcohol and make a freezer martini. Because I love a martini. God, now I want to have a look. What would I put in my freezer martini? What gins? I think I kind of already know. From the land where did I see that they were doing a limited edition? Was it in the shop? Free shipping on orders over $180. Yes. I also pay nothing. And God, I might even just get the Unico Yuzu as well, because that is just such an incredible sweet vermouth. It's amazing. Won't open it for a while, but it's an incredible sweet. What's it? The Okar Spirit Animal T-shirt is the Ginger Galah, which is look, I'll share the screen. You finally have proper internet, Kirsten. That's nice. I'll share the screen. This is the Okar Spirit Animal. Applewood. Share. That's the spirit animal. That's known as the Ginger Galah. That is a thoroughly deranged animal drinking one of the Okar, either the Island Bitter or the Gold. Oh dear. Glad you got proper internet, Kirsten. That's a good thing. All right, I don't think I am going to make another drink tonight. I'm going to be really responsible. I'm just going to drink some water. Unless. Okay, what I might do is actually make up a freezer martini and then taste it. That seems reasonable. All right, got to quickly check. Okay, so Teddy and the Fox, I think you'll go in the freezer martini because there's only a little bit of you left. Maybe the Archie Rose Dry actually that Kirsten gave me. Maybe the Steve the Bartender. Well, there's a lot of that. Is there anything that I can empty to free up space? 40 spotted. I think I might have gone through most of the 40 spotted. Yeah, okay, 40 spotted is going in. 40 spotted. What else is here? Beauty. Macadamia, maybe. Archie Rose Dry. Steve the Bartender. Threefold. This is going to be fun, actually. Fish, you were given vegan wine for your 50th. Nice. Saving for a live stream when you don't have to get up the next day. Nice. Okay. Look, and so I might do a little bit of a couple of others. What's that? That's rum. It's moonshine. Maybe this one, maybe a bit of this one too. And possibly a little bit of the, Navy strength to kick it in the guts. All right, I need a glass. I'm going to use all of the 40 spotted and all of the Teddy and the Fox and the Archie Rose. Let's see where that gets us. Right, I just need this. Got to decide which bottle I want to put it in. Teddy and the Fox bottle or the 40 spotted bottle. Seems like it takes up less room. That's it. It's the 40 spotted bottle. Fish Feel Pain. It is in fact named after the 40 spotted paradote. You are correct. Tasmanian gin. Right, where's my... Okay, I want to rinse my jigger because it's got some very flavoury stuff in it. I want a funnel. Want a funnel. First, okay. I'm going to measure this. I'm going to turn this into a dry martini and keep it in the freezer. Start for drinking mixed juice. Very good. Megaleech, good question. Which stopper do I prefer? They're both good. They're both... Well, that's actually a plastic stopper. And Teddy and the Fox. Also a plastic stopper, very similar. I like the 40 spotted bottle better. Takes up a slightly less room. See, there's the bird. That's a stylized thing of the bird that is the mascot for 40 spot. Okay, but I'm doing this scientifically. I want to know how much there is of everything. So 3 ounces. Okay, 6 ounces of the 40 spotted. Yes, Arthur, you don't want to get too drunk anytime. Especially you've got to keep yourself fresh for driving on the weekend. Nice. Fish or Peen, one of your favourite birds. Took some nice pics in their nest hollow. Nice. Yeah. So, well picked. Although I suppose if you know birds, it kind of seems obvious. All right. So, that is... What's that? 90 mils. 180 mils of that. 180. 270. 360. So, Kirsten, in a 750 ml bottle, how many mils of dry vermouth do you think I should put in? 700 mils. I'm thinking, because I do like it dry, maybe 100 mils? 90 to 100 mils? Nice. See, Fish Feel Pain, we all find something to nerd out about with birds now. Safa, if I've been super drunk, couldn't drive the next morning. There was one. And Mrs. Angry warned me. She said, like, you still really seriously smell like alcohol. You shouldn't do anything like drive a car. I was fucking assholed. Okay, so we're up to 360. Another 90. 450. And then 540. There we go. I reckon that's it. Well, okay. I can put as much gin as I want. Is the thing, Kirsten? So a 700 ml bottle. How many mils do you think should be dry vermouth? I was thinking 90. I was thinking 90 mils of vermouth. But that freed up a bit of space. So now I'm definitely buying the applewood because I freed up some space. Oh, I'm terrible. You're terrible, Muriel. Okay, so I'm not putting any of these two in. I might, 90 mils? All right. I might put a little bit of navy strength in just for fun. Just for funsies. Put Steve's threefold in there. At some point, I have to buy a threefold gin because Steve, the bartender, actually sent it to me for free. So I have to do the responsible thing. And right, my vermouth. This might actually finish this maiden eye vermouth, which would be good. Because then I can open a fresh bottle. Freezer martini. Oof, just a little bit left. There's a bit of room still left. All right. I'm going to put some navy strength in for fun. Navy strength in the Navy. It's a bit more like it. All right. Right there. All right. Another neat little bottle for sample-sized cocktails for my friends. Oh, I haven't put the patient morph back. There we go. So, we have to get MBM, pay $300 and cry. Damn. So, Fish for Pain, on August 1st, it's Respect for Fish Day. Nice. Oh, no, Safa, if you're upgrading your internet, that's at your expense, usually. All right. I'm going to put a bit of this patient morph gin in there too. All right. Because the vermouth is not a clear vermouth. You've got a bit of character. All right. Make a martini. That's my official freezer martini. And this is going in recycling. Because I have enough bottles. It's a nice bottle. And I have an enormous amount of stoppers too. Been saving stoppers, and I've got a huge number of stoppers. I agree, Safa. It's a shame that... oh, wow, your landlord is going to reimburse you, Kirsten. Oh, well, that's good. I slandered your landlord. little bit in there. That's still good. All right. But these are going in recycling. So need a bit of ice because it's not gone in the freezer yet. Get my stirring glass. Put a bit of ice in it. Yeah, had one bit of ice in this. Just crack it. Bar spoon. Do I maybe a splash of orange bitters too? Why not? Splash of orange bitters in my martini. New word, landlord. Megaleech, when I slander a landlord, it's a slandlord. Come on. Oh, come on, go in the fucking glass. Oh, go in the glass when I break you. God damn it. That's probably enough. All right. Oh, and that's probably enough of a martini. I'll put this in the Frigidaire. Do I have room in the freezer for this? That's the big question. Kinda. Yeah, there we go. Freezer martini is in the freezer. I'll just get a glass. Right. This is not really a martini glass, but I'm going to use it. All right. Hey, Lee. Bonjour. Thank you for dropping in. Do wish everyone well. I've learned how to stir properly with a bar spoon because I'm not very good at it. I like using the Gaz Regan finger. Okay, that's tasting pretty good. That is tasting pretty good. Where's my strainer? Ye olde Hawthorne strainer. All right. So, strain that out. My first infinity freezer martini. That's pretty good. Whew. Yes, let's change the topic from ISP, certainly. Yes, what's in the freezer now. So that's actually pretty good. That's not bad. That is not bad at all. So yes, if and when I'm allowed to have visitors in the house again, and for people who are predisposed to that sort of thing, instant freezer martinis on offering. Sarah may well get drunk tomorrow. Yes. Now that I've got a freezer martini happening, put my Patient Wolf gin back. Oh. Yep. I got space now. Oh, looks a lordy. So if you want me and Kirsten to get drunk on the video, well, we do have the plan to do a whiskey tasting one time. We still have to organise the details. Fuck, that's good. Wow, this is just, I'm just talking up my own martini at the moment. That's 4 different gins and 1 vermouth. So I think when I next top it up, I'm going to top it with a different, well, I am definitely going to top it with a different vermouth because I finished that bottle. I might do my absinthe vermouth next time. Nice. Well, so there's the thing, Kirsten. Oh, and Abigail, you want to get drunk on the live stream one of the day? I'm not sure if that's sarcasm, as when Abigail was over here one time and I'm just like, do a taste test of all my different rums. Do a taste test of all my different whiskeys. It's a lot of things to drink. So, okay, that's fascinating, Raiders. Yeah, they have big packs of blue towels at Costco, 10 packs for $39.99. Some are sold on eBay selling at $7 per hour. Who are they selling them to? Where is there a need for the blue towels? I feel like I'm missing something. Safa, I do like having a home bar, but there's also something about going out to other people's bars and having other people make the drinks for you. That's special. But next date night, which is not this Saturday, which means Saturday's a live stream, the following one, Mrs. Angry and I have booked into this thing in the city. So if there's no more COVID outbreaks, that will still be on. And then we can go also to a couple of bars. And you're right, Megaleech, drinking at a bar it's about 4 times more expensive than drinking at home. But they need to pay people and whatnot. And if they make particularly good drinks, it makes it worth it. Yeah, I think that's fair to say drinking at a bar is like 4 times more expensive than drinking at home. Just so it's a reasonable investment building up a bar like this. Nothing compared to Kirsten's bar, but it's still a reasonable investment. But it's like, man, that's why I fucking work. So I can indulge myself, quite honestly. I am not a monk. Safa, sorry, Megaleech, it can be 4 times more enjoyable. There is that social aspect. There's something a bit special about someone else making the drink. And also, I guess I've gotten really picky and I only like to spend money at places that makes it worthwhile. It's kind of like if I go somewhere and their drinks are sort of, it's like, well, I'm not going there again. Yes. Oh, shit, yeah. Abigail, when we're allowed to do the visiting thing again, visit the whiskey bar first, then do a live stream. Yeah. But I'm also with you, Abigail, because Abigail likes to drink vodka neat. And a good vodka neat is fine. Because I always, when I'm making cocktails, I shit on vodka cocktails because I think vodka is pointless in cocktails because it doesn't contribute anything. But a quality vodka drunk neat is an experience. And I agree with the thing we said at one point. Apparently this whiskey bar has one vodka. I'm like, okay, well, yeah, I want to know what one vodka does this whiskey bar think is worth having. That's an interesting one to me. Nice. Fishville Payne want to join the stream while getting fucked up on Pinot. Be a little bit of drunk typing. Happens. Safa, I don't think the whiskey bar would want us to stream from within the whiskey bar. Sing that Bertolt Brecht song that the Doors made famous. Show me the way to the next whiskey bar. Oh, don't ask why. Oh, don't ask why. Okay, so I'm a fan of my Infinity Martini at this point. I will probably have one tomorrow after it's been in the freezer for a day. And I'll top it up with something after that. Put a bit more gin and a bit more vermouth in there. Ugh. I must have gotten an email from Applewood that said they had a new one. Maybe I should ask them, how long's that special lasting? I'll lie and say I don't get paid till the end of next week. It's still going to be on special. Gmail. Come on, Gmail. Yep, okay. Customer pay slip. Get electronic pay slips. Mail. Yes, I opened my mail actually. Amazon. June comics. Okay, there's a fucking Apple. Okay, I will search. Applewood. What did Applewood send me? Oh, come on. Wait, was that it? This is the thing where I think I'm going crazy because I can't find an email that I fucking saw. What is that? Okay. No, forget that. Forget that. I don't want, I just fucking inbox. Put me back in my inbox. Okay. Costco, good guys. Things are fucking junk mail I get. Shoes, PayPal, JB, T-shirts, Google Drive. Did I mention I was supposed to get fucking rum delivery today and it didn't arrive and I'm really pissed off. But I suppose I'll do it tomorrow. Okay. See, this is where I start to feel like I've gone crazy. Like I got an email that definitely said Applewood were going to do a limited edition and I can't find it. And I feel like I'm going crazy now. Okay. No, that's fine. Make me go crazy. I don't care. I don't care. So more courier notices, Australia Post notices, NetBank T-shirts, Tom at Mr. Black. Wish I liked coffee because everyone's into Mr. Black and I don't like coffee. Costco, Jimmy Rum. Yes, I know. I ordered stuff from Jimmy Rum. Okay, whatever. Make me feel like I've gone crazy. So, Kirsten, You're going to have to help me with what the statement Yao and Kevin wouldn't mind means. Because you know everyone and I don't. Oh, do you mean that's Yao and Kevin at the whiskey bar? It's water. That's not pure gin. Not that I necessarily wouldn't drink straight gin. This is water. I'm going to be interested in how different the freezer martini tastes when it's actually taken out of the freezer. Because it's sort of thing, that type of thing I had before, when you pour it into a glass, it tends to ice up a bit in the glass. And I think it does make it taste different. So I'll probably do that tomorrow. That's a plan anyway. All right, I've now got a couple of these little sample bottles. I need to soak the labels off. I just use them to make... It's not a single serve of a cocktail. That's like a double serve of a cocktail. Fish Pain, you want to see me get a taste for coffee bouncing off the walls? Oh, I drink caffeine. I absolutely drink caffeine, just not coffee. I'll drink an energy drink, like often to fortify myself for the big Friday night live streams. I'll drink an energy drink either in the afternoon or just before the stream. And then, 4, 5, 6 hours of drinking alcohol counteracts the caffeine and I lose consciousness. Oh my God, last Friday night, I drank a bit too much, a bit too fast and finished comparatively early because I was like, oh, I think I'm actually just fucked. Maybe time to go to bed. I honestly think it wasn't that far after midnight. Let me double check. I just feel like double checking that. How long was my stream? No, my videos. Live. Lockdown party. How long was that? 4:45. Okay, so I fucking bailed at 12:45, as opposed to most of those Friday night ones go to 2 a.m. Oh, nice. Raiders, no alcohol, but destroying a packet of caramel Tim Tams. Nice. Nice. There are these events coming up in August. The thing they're calling Melbourne Whiskey Week, and I looked at the things that were happening, and I was definitely interested. Definitely interesting. Different stuff happening at different venues. Oof. And Fish for Pain used to drink 3 ice breaks every single day. Drank so often you won freebies. So yeah, it's the flavor of coffee I don't like. So I don't like that coffee flavored milk. I don't like coffee flavored chocolate. With the Mr. Black coffee liqueur that's so popular at the moment, I wanted to enter a competition to create a Mr. Black cocktail. So I actually did a milk clarified mochaccino, which is basically is Mr. Black and dark creme de cacao and other stuff. I don't even remember what was in it now, which made it palatable to me. I still didn't sort of actively like it, but it was palatable. God, I still have some Mr. Black. Got to give it to someone who likes coffee. Raiders, yes. I think that's the general thing with the ice breaks. If you drink 3, you wouldn't sleep. I've got big fuck off cans of Monster over there. I will probably have one before the stream tomorrow night. whether I have it in the afternoon or just before the stream, to give me a bit of oomph to maybe make it through. Although maybe that's what led me astray last Friday and made me have maybe one drink too many too fast that just made me go, no, fuck, I should go to bed. Oh, yes, Raiders, that Thai Red Bull, which again just reminded me the Thai heir to the Red Bull fortune is a fucking murderer who's been dodging trial for ages. Now I want to look that up. If they ever got him. Red Bull heir arrested. Charges dropped. 23rd July 2020. Hot damn. Charges have been dropped. Fuck off. What was that pop-up? Against Red Bull heir over the 2012 hit-and-run killing of a police officer. He was accused of hitting the officer with a car in the capital and fleeing. Repeatedly failed to meet police to face the charges. Police say charges have been dropped. Unclear why. He's the grandson of the co-founder of the Red Bull empire. So a police sergeant was riding his motorbike when hit by a grey Ferrari, which dragged his body more than 100 meters before driving off. Investigating officers followed a trail of brake fluid to a luxury home less than a kilometer away. The badly dented Ferrari was there, but initially police detained a driver employed by the family. Wow. Sorry, and then there's a picture. Sorry, now I'm going to share this. I'm going to share this because there's a picture and it's really fucked up. Where are we? Sharing. Okay. Look at that. They're fitting, the bike into this dent in the fucking Ferrari. My God. So he's arrested and released, was summoned repeatedly to face charges, but every time he said he was overseas or working or sick. So there was an arrest warrant issued 5 years after the accident. He missed 8 legal summons. And yeah, okay, apparently the police just dropped the charges against him in July last year. Good God. There you go. Ooh, Kirsten, you bought a ticket to Whiskey Abbey on your birthday. What happens at Whiskey Abbey? Oh, that's an interesting one, Abigail. You worked as a barista. You can make a great cup of coffee, but you don't like it. So, yes, it's just apparently in Thailand, if you're rich, you can actually kill a cop and get away with it. Jesus. When the cops say, okay, you got to come in for questioning, you can just say no for 5 years. You can just say no. And then eventually they'll just drop the charges. Oh my God. Yeah, it's basically suggests, rich people can get away with anything. They buy their way out of trouble. I didn't know that they'd just given up on him. It's just weird that popped into my head. I remembered there was a story that the Red Bull heir was facing murder charges and just kept refusing to front up. You can just do that. You say, I don't want to. Police go, okay, you killed a policeman. You got to come in, questioning and potentially face trial. Don't want to. Oh, sorry. We didn't realize you didn't want to. If you don't want to, then we don't want to cause you too much trouble. It's like, God damn. But you would have thought the one thing that's super, super difficult to get away with is killing a cop. But apparently not if you're rich enough in Thailand. So there you go. So it reminds you the US diplomat's wife committed a hit run in the UK. Well, it gets, when you've got diplomatic immunity, it's very complicated. And the reason diplomatic immunity exists is to stop governments trying to coerce diplomats into doing particular things while they're in the country. But of course, there are then just huge amount of cases of diplomats doing terrible things. Sorry, you're coming. Oh, what's the red eye? Beyond coming. Diplomats doing terrible things, then claiming diplomatic immunity. Abigail, when we have time, you're going to remind you to tell the story of a friend who got deported from Thailand in the absolute gayest way possible. Maybe tomorrow night. If you're up for an angry bunch tomorrow night, you do that. I met a guy once because some friends of mine were buying drugs from him, and he had done a number of years in a Thai prison on drug-related charges. And I thought he'd done some hipster thing to give himself elf ears because his ears were not normal shape. They were really all these jagged points going around. And I thought that was a sort of voluntary body mod thing he'd done, but it wasn't. And this was back in the 90s, and there's a big trend to have piercings all the way around your ear. And then in prison, I don't know if it was the cops or someone in prison, but there was a fight, and they ripped all his earrings out in the fight, which shredded his ears to fucking pieces. So he had kind of half-sized ears with little jagged points all the way around. And like I said, at first glance, when you saw them, you thought, that's probably someone who's gone in for body modification. But it turns out wasn't actually voluntary on his part. They were, all his ear piercings were ripped out when he was facing the drug charges in Thailand. So, yes. So his cute elf ears had a very not cute backstory to go with them. But it was really funny. Okay, this guy was selling my friends some hash, and he was cutting their deal off this block of hash. And I'm not that worldly, I guess, but it was the biggest fucking block of hash I'd ever seen. Street value was definitely in the thousands of dollars. And I think he was cutting off about $100 worth of hash for my friends. And I'm not just being coy saying for my friends, because they were going to smoke it. I don't smoke anything. So it was of no interest to me. Actually, it was of academic interest because I was looking at this block. There was clearly thousands of dollars worth of hash and I said, that is without doubt the biggest block of hash I've ever seen. And he said, oh no, apparently his older brother is a major dealer. And he goes, this was actually cut off a slab that was several kilos of hash. So then you're getting into the hundreds of thousands, if not $1 million worth of hash. So I don't have any close friends who are major drug dealers, but I have made several acquaintances over the years who were kind of scary drug dealers. Like, oh my God, there was this thing that was supposed to be a business deal. Oh God, this was 20 years ago. And I was somewhat peripherally involved in it. I was talking to this guy who was a fucking mobster. He was like fucking Italian mob here in Melbourne. And they're trying to talk about should they put money into this thing. When it's explained, he's going, oh no, that's a scam. I've seen it before. Someone did it. And he started talking about this guy who scammed him and some other mobbed up guys out of money and blah, 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 blah. And then he just paused and took a breath and went, anyway, he's dead. It's like, oh, shit. Fucking hell. He was just so casual. It was just like, pause, take a breath. Anyway, he's dead. And just like having this conversation with this guy, just going, Jesus fucking Christ, what am I doing talking to this guy? He was wonderful. I don't want to say a bad word about him, mostly because I'd end up in Port Phillip Bay with concrete boots if I said a bad word about him. So I won't say a bad word about him. That was Jen. Oof. Okay. Oof. All right. So tomorrow night. No. Raiders, no, it wasn't Alphonse Cantitano. It's not. He was not a public profile mob guy. He was just a mob guy. I don't think he got killed in the Melbourne mob wars. All right. So tomorrow night, probably going to have a freezer martini. And I'm going to make a couple of drinks. So probably when I'm supposed to be working tomorrow, I'll probably make a final decision on what drinks I'm going to make. So yeah, party night tomorrow night. Angry Bunch, fun stuff. And maybe Saturday night too. Saturday night's all going to be dependent on how I wake up on Sunday. I'm not the best advertisement for sobriety, because sometimes after a Friday night when I'm like, okay, it's not a hangover as such, but I've just been, or just slightly, I feel like the tummy's just been a bit, and then we do another stream and I have like 2 drinks and suddenly I'm fucking great, man. What are you talking about? I'm great. And so it's like, wait, I was feeling a bit, and then I had a couple of drinks, and I'm like, ah. So I'm not a great advertisement for sobriety, is what I'm saying. So you all look after yourselves. Take care. If you're around tomorrow night, look forward to seeing you then. Otherwise, just, be cool, hang out, look after yourselves. But I'm going to go to bed now, so